Hello there, guys. Hi there, folks. Thank you so much for joining me again for a little live broadcast, a little bit of fun, maybe a song or two, and some general banter about world things. So welcome there, Glenn. Hi there, Janet. Hi, guys. Hi there, Sharon. Halina, hi as well. So big hello to everyone that's joined me today, and those who have joined me in the past and those that join me in the future. It's always great for a little loose watercolour get together. So loose people of the world, let us unite and let's not get tight. Let's get loose. Let's stay in that mode. Hi there. Oh, hi Jenny from All Saint Evenage. Oh, that place! It really ought to be the capital of the UK, Saint Evenage. Beautiful place, Jenny. And it did make me chuckle a little bit earlier today because I saw your loose gang around all the mini instruments. So a mini saxophone, mini piano. It did make me laugh, and all the other guys as well who sent me some images of where the loose gang have landed. They really were very funny. So we've got Gillian had a set in Canada that were all lounging about in mini deck chairs, and they were fabulous. And we've got, let's have a look. Let me try and remember. We've got Rita in Rome, and she was there, and she's painted her own little labels there for her own Tuscan oil, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's all part of the fun, guys. Remember, fun makes you, it does a thing to your face. Where the cheeks go up and the end of the mouth goes up. I can't remember what it is. Oh, you smile. That's it. A smile. That's what it's all about. Having a bit of fun, and the fun and the looseness go together because you don't get tight and you don't get too bothered about the outcome. The outcome will take care of itself in this style. So hi there, Vicky. Are you still hunting buddies? We did find one, didn't we? Which was big and grey, and I don't know how they got it up there. It was amazing. Hi, Brenda. Hi there, Sandra as well. Hi there. Yvonne from Whittick. Now, where's Whittick, Yvonne? Is that in the southern hemisphere? I can't remember, but I've never heard of Whittick before. Marianne in Amsterdam and Elizabeth in Maine, USA. Brilliant, guys. Oh, you're all flying in. I really do appreciate this. So let's do a little bit of something. I won't tell you what it's going to be. You can guess as I go along. So the first one to guess correctly will get a loud whoop, and the loose gang will do a parade across the actual paper as well. So the first one to guess what we're doing. So hi as well. Forgive my pronunciation. I'm Maria from Canada, and Robin. Hi, guys. Hi there, Marianne. Welcome along from Gig Harbour. Here we go, guys. I'll do a few more hellos later on. Okay, so do you know this guy? Peter, the propelling pencil. The triple P guy. Here he goes. Needs to be loose. Yeah, always loose. Every aspect of the drawing and the painting needs to be loose. So let's loosen up that pencil and hold it about halfway down. Let's get a few little dots down. A little bit of guidance, but not too much guidance, because over guiding is really over explanation. We don't need that. There's one thing that I can't be accused of is overly gabbing on about explanations and various things. I don't go on. I rattle on. I rattle on at 10 to the dozen, which is quite a few. So here we go. There's my little simple drawing for a start off. I mean, you may have guessed already, actually. It's not a difficult one. So there's my simple shapes, starting off with. Never draw anything in its entirety, because it'll just bog you down. It doesn't leave you free for later in the painting to go a little bit freelance, a bit free form. So getting all those on very, very simply. Throwing some lines down, and look at all this. Jigger, jagger, oi, 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 as we say in the local pub. So there we go. I don't know if any of you guys noticed this week that Dangerous Dave had a little bit of a trim. So his hair was dangerously flapping in the wind. So I thought we'd better pop into a local barber's. There are two great guys in there, and they helped us out. And luckily, it saved the day. Had a little trim, and it got a little gown on, and little bitty. So there we go. Marianne, you are on the money. I think we did promise you a little dance from the guys. So it's going to be Halloweeny based. Pumpkins. There they go. They're as quick as lightning. They're as quick as a flash. So drawing. How long did that take? 2-3 minutes, if that. We're going to introduce Big Brian. There he is, the fabulous Big Brian, twizzling about. Big because he can get a lot of water on. Big because he can get a lot of paint on. Big in stature, big in head, shall we say. Okay, there we go. So just water on the brush there. That's all we've got to start off with. Let's drag some water on in the direction of the object. I tell you what, even before that, I'm going to do this. So you can see the brush. I'm just going to flick some on. It's random. Yeah? Random's good. Precise and planned is not so fab. Yeah? It takes away a lot of your incidental accidents that happen throughout the painting, and that's really a good thing. So just clean water on there, guys, fresh from the lake that I wash my pots in and boat. I'm swimming as well. Got that on. Now we're going back and get a little bit of paint. What should we start with, guys? Any ideas? I think we should start with lemon yellow. Think about where the sunlight's coming from. Over there. Yeah. Big Brian, lemon yellow. Just drag that on. Yeah. And again, drag it on. Very crude application of pigment, you may feel. Well, you would be right. Because if it's, again, precise and detailed, you're already drawing towards that sort of that end of the spectrum. A little bit of gold ochre, just drag it down, direction of the object. Key point, direction of the object. So I want you to think like a pumpkin. So I generally act like a pumpkin, and occasionally I feel like a pumpkin, but you've got to really get into the vibe. You've got to do an Al Pacino or a little one of those actors who really get into the part and they live the part. So for this actual demo this week, I've actually lived as a pumpkin all week. I've walked around with green leaves just sticking out of my head, and I've worn orange wherever I go. And also, people keep coming up to me with sharp implements and trying to carve a smiley face into me. Yeah? But there we go. Lemon yellow, gold ochre, cad orange. Yep, all with Big Brian. Now then, an interesting one I'm going to throw down now, a little bit of a gauntlet, is this one. Again, I won't tell you all of them. You can guess what this may be. Interesting colour, because you wouldn't really think it's appropriate. There it is. Little swoop of that. Yeah, swoop and dupe. Any ideas, guys? Correct. Cerulean blue. Yeah? So got all that flowing about. Hi there, Craig. Welly is going to be given. Absolutely. All floating about. Look at that. There's nothing really controlled there. Things are placed down, and then I place them into the things that are placed down. No real big drama. Now I've got a bit of this. We know what this is. This is absolutely Marianne, cerulean blue. Now this one, do you know what this is? This is a loose watercolour capillary action removal stick. Yeah, very rare, very expensive, but they're perfect for what I want. These will remove any excess. Look like a little Hoover. In UK, like a little Dyson. Maybe in the US, like a little Dyson, because I think he's conquered the world with his little Hoovers. But I'm just picking off the excess, yeah? I've got a nice scrunged up little bit of stuff there and throwing it on. Throw it away, casual as you like. TT, torn tissue. Thank you, guys. I'm almost forgetting my own invention. Torn tissue, TT. It's not the Isle of Man race, it's torn kitchen tissue. Right, there we go, guys. Got that on. Now, who's just flown across? Who was that? And back. And from the top. And down. Who was that? Yes, it's a ladyship, internationally renowned Miss Ladyship rigger. Beautiful lady. And what she's going to do now is beautiful as well. We've got cad orange on the ladyship and just flicking that through the melee. All of this liquid that's on there, I don't care if it's running, I don't care if it's dry, I just want to flick it in the direction of the object. And that's that curvature to the left side of the pumpkin. It's more or less straight in the middle, and then it's curving to the right, on the right hand side. So more pears for you, Vicky. You've gone pear bonkers. I've noticed on the Tinternet that we've gone pear bonkers this week. I only dropped that on just as a little midweek snack or early week snack, but no, pears, beautiful, and they are working really well, guys. I'm very impressed. And how simple are they sometimes? And if the first one doesn't succeed, it's like a budgie without a bill. They succeed as well. Old joke. As Craig would say, that's a Ken Dog classic. Got all of that on, guys? Yeah. Bleeding around. Now, Miss Rigger again, I'm going to get a little bit of Indian red. Nice and liquid. I'm going to throw a little bit of this on. Okay. You can see how rapidly the Ragged Rascal ran round the Ragged Rascal rock. However it goes. But because it's liquid, it just bleeds in. Yeah. Put the rigger down, drag it round, down and round. The awesome foursome can come together and produce some really nice stuff if you let them. But if you try and cage them like a wild gerbil, they will gnaw through the cage and escape and do their own thing. So let them do their own thing. There we go, all that on, guys. Now, what about some stems? I think stems. I think we know the man who can do a few stems. Dangerous Dave. Yeah, there he is. All trimmed up and ready to rumble. A little bit of water where we may put the stems. Yeah, because with the gabbing and the time, it may dry out a little bit. So let's get a bit more on. Drop it on, see where it goes. Yeah, there it is, just bleeding up. It's like a, just like a river. It does it for you. Amazing. Got that on. Now we're going to use the Dangerous to put in a little bit of gold ochre and a little bit of sap green. Just dance it on the surface and push it backwards. See where it goes. I'm using the shape of the brush to help me out. It's usually medication that helps me out, but no, this time I'm using a brush. Now, a little bit of dark green, Parallean green, just throw that in, I don't mind where it goes. And again, a little bit, push that out. Push that, and again, it's these marks that are very valuable. They just happen without really doing anything. The unexpectedness of loose watercolours is a fabulous thing to behold. There we go, another little leaf. Again, just using the actual shape of the leaf, of the brush there, of Dangerous Dave, nothing more, nothing less. Nothing borrowed, nothing gained. Nothing windowed, nothing pained. Yeah, that's how it goes. That's what my gran always used to say. Now I've got a little bit of mauve on here. Not mauve, it's Windsor Violet, sorry. Thinking where the shadows are. In the little indentation at the top. Flick a bit on. Almost I place some paint down. And then I decide what to do with it. So I'm really getting a nice little area to manipulate. Yeah. So got that on. Again, we're going in with, what have we got there? Dark green, Cerulean green. Just shaping the object a bit more. The refinements come later on in the process, not too early. A few little swirls. Drag some over the actual pumpkin. Get them on. Soften them off. Do what you want. Yeah. So again, all just floating about, doing its own stuff. A little bit more loose watercolour per action removal stick. I almost brought this to market, but the only drawback that some of the dragons on Dragon's Den said was the actual label on the packaging was too long. It was actually that wide, whereas the packet was that wide. Loose watercolour capillary action removal sticks was far too long, they said. So, well, there you go. Never mind. So we're back in. Water at the bottom. We need a little bed for these to rest on. Water again. Again, there was some at the beginning. Think about where your light is. I think we'll go for autumnal leaves. Yeah. So again, Dave, I'm just pushing him like that. Yeah. Sometimes he has to be pushed. But when he gets going, there's no stopping him. Lemon yellow. This is a mix of gold ochre and cad orange. Dragging this back negatively. Notice I've flipped the brush around there. That's the reverse side of Dangerous. Using that shape to negatively pick out the bottom of the leaves. Now flicking this out, flick, 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 flick. Very quick movements, not laboured. Blasting them away. Are those blotters for sale, Glenn? Well, they're very rare, they're very expensive, but I can talk to my supplier and see if he's got any left. Yeah, he had 4 left when I last spoke to him. Got that bleeding. Now then, it's not all over yet, as in there's a few little tufts of green. So I'll blast a few of those in. Negatively picking the far side of Peter the Pumpkin #1. Now what we'll do now is let's get a bit of darkness in there. Anchor the boys down. I think we'll start with a little bit of cerulean blue again. The blotters are capillary action watercolour removal sticks made of kitchen tissue, Janet. Don't you fret. I think it's Glen time. It's a classic Glen joke. So capillary action, Not what am I on about? There's no capillary action there at all. Cerulean blue just flicked around the base of the pumpkin as if leaves are just cascading over it, nestling it. Throwing that on. Did you hear me throw dangerous down there? I do apologise if it scared anyone. Put that on. A little bit of tiny little bit. You get them in small ones as well, Glenn. They're not all massive ones. Put a little bit now, picking off. I'll pick off because then it's a drier area, it's a softer and smoother area. So you get the colour on, and then you take it off. Quite strange, but it does work. Got that on, and I think we'll just get a bit more boisterous with this. A little bit of Indian red and a bit of mauve or Windsor violet. Negatively shape round some of these items. Beautiful little way to do it. Let me just move that up for you guys. Negative, negative, negative. You paint around the object, you don't paint the object. Yeah? What else we got? This is still wet, but I'll test it. Softer areas of potential leaves. So the negative painting people seem to have a little bit of an issue with it sometimes, but it's sorry, losing my thread. Yeah, negative painting. Negative painting is painting around the object. So if I want a leaf just here, I paint around it, and then the object, being the leaf, appears. Sort of positive painting when you actually paint the full shape itself, the full item that you want it to be. But in a loose style, negative painting is very, very rewarding and speedy. You throw the colour down, you let it dry or pick it off with a bit of tissue, and then you go back in and you can shape around the outside of objects very easily, quickly, and you get in everything you want from the item without slowing down, really. Okay, we're getting that on. Flick that out a bit, guys. So I'm just trying to read as well as paint and think and a million other things, and fix a lamp in my studio. All things you can do. Amazing how you can multitask. Apparently guys can't multitask, and that's true. They can't because we say it looks a bit too tricky. All that, guys, just floating about. Where I picked the tissue off, or used the tissue there, that allowed a drier area to occur rather than use farther time to wait until it was at a certain dryness, because all of it would be dry. But at the moment there's wet areas and dry areas. That's what gives me that little keen edge. Just try it on a few leaves, guys, a few small areas, and you'll be amazed how simple that little trick is. I call it a trick, but it's a finely honed skill. Yeah? Does that sound better? Little leaf that's flicking up there. Yeah. A few little sinewy veins, shall we call them? This rigger there swirling and whirling about like an absolute princess she is. Going round a leaf here. Extend that a bit. Chop it in. There could be two. Yeah, I've just spotted another one. This is the beauty of it, because things occur. Things occur. When you force them, you know what's going to happen. When they just happen, you think, oh my word, that was a surprise, and that was even better. So got that going, floating around. I'll just leave some of that, and also we don't want to over detail it. You know, there's me preaching the word anti-detail. I've got an auntie called Detail, anti-detail. Now, I've not seen her for a while. I must visit. I must take her a cake. or a pumpkin actually. Little lines, flick them about, just drag those in. Hi there, Sue in Australia. So you're just coming into daylight, I presume. I presume that's our equivalent of morning. Yeah. So welcome along. You can easily catch up with what we've done already, Sue, on the reruns. Let's have a little look. So sometimes just tap it with your finger. That can tell you where you're at. I'll do a little bit of info there, but not too much. Now you'd be very tempted to drag a line around there, but just take a moment to gauge it sometimes. As in, you just don't have to line them in all the time. The information's there. People will know what it is. If you know what it is, other people will understand it as well. A little bit of water, just bleed those off, and that gives me a negative shape there in a very soft fashion. I only want to take it really down to there. Got that on. A little bit of cerulean blue again, one of my little staple favourites. Drag that on, soften it off with a bit of water. So you get some hard and soft edges. You get everything really in a very simple, straightforward manner. I think I'm just going to pop back into the centre again. Funnily enough, Elizabeth, HRH today, the phone went a couple of minutes before I started the broadcast today, which was uncanny, but quite predictable. So I don't believe she will phone again, but who knows? Who knows how Her Majesty uses the phone. I think she's on WhatsApp nowadays. I'd imagine that might clink very soon. So Dangerous Dave there, to answer your question, Sharon, is a size 14 Jagger brush. But I will mention just at the end, I'll run through a few little housekeeping bits, and you may be interested, maybe not, but I'll give you a bit more info on that. So Miss Rigger there, twirling and whirling, throwing a bit of darkness on. There we go. Don't you worry about the phone, Elizabeth. Royalty can wait, that's what I say. Royalty can wait when it comes to loose watercolours, and my friends gathering to have a little look and some ideas of looseness. I think she really ought to join us. She really ought to join us. Flicking that again. This is the negative painting guys that are on about. Throwing that on. Just a slightly darker green. These are little bitty bits that chop into the leaf, because no leaf's perfect, so the little incidentals there. Maybe chop it around the back. What do we got here? I think I'll leave that. I just like that flowing. I like the idea of a leaf overlapping a leaf here. Negative. Yeah, again. So that's just picking out the end of it. Nothing too much at all. I think he will understand. Yeah, he will understand. He's understood now for maybe 60 years, so I think one more day. Keeps trying the crown on, but it's, I don't know. I'm sure it fits. There we go, negative again. A tiny bit of a suggested leaf. Nothing much at all. You see all these areas, and it just gets to the stage where you just want to flick everything about and see what happens. It's a beautiful place to get to in your painting. Not just in your individual painting, but in your painting life, because it is freeing. I do see a lot of people who get very stressed and tense when they're painting, and it really shouldn't be like that. So I like to offer some guidance as to how to get away from that, because maybe I've said before, but I've painted a long time, very, very tight stuff. And I enjoyed it for a while, a long while. But then I did look around and found this method, which is so in comparison, so liberating and so freeing, which is a great place to be. So stick in there, guys. That's what I say. Don't be disheartened and think, I can't do it, it's not for me. Most people can do this. The only people who can't do it are people who won't accept that that's how it's the easiest way to do it. If you stick to how you do it all the time, the result's not going to change, is it? So, little edge, drag this down a bit, don't want to take too much down. I think we're really not far off there, guys. I don't want to do too much more on that because I've enjoyed it. I hope you have too. And it just occurs. You could do this. This is an ideal one because it's coming up to, excuse me, Halloween, yeah. So what I'm going to do is just dress normally, and that usually scares children and adults alike. I really don't have to do too much, but it's a good time of year. I understand in America it's quite a big thing, and we've adopted some of your ideas, trick or treat. I always go for the trick, and the trick is they nick my treats. It's little business people in the making, I'm sure. But it's a great time of year, so it's very appropriate. So I would suggest we do this one for this week's little challenge and see how we get on. So I'll get this onto the little Facebook page. If you're not a member, just send me a little message or subscribe, and then that'll easily get to me, and I'll get you on there, and you can have a go yourselves. Put your examples on, guys. Even if you're not 100% with it, because you'll get some feedback. Everybody's very kind. I do try and police it, so there's no need for any negative comments because they don't help. They don't help anybody. I think the only person they help is people, maybe if they put them on, feel a little bit good for a few minutes, but what's the use? Better to feel good than bad. Very simple. So there's not a lot of colours to use on there, guys. We've gone for lemon yellow, gold ochre, cad orange, Indian red, cerulean blue, Windsor violet, sap green, cerulean green. Now look at it, there's a few more than I thought. But you can keep it very, very simple. So that's just on my Facebook thing. I'll just run through a bit of catching up of what's happening with my world. If you don't nod off, please. But the difficulty I'm having at the moment is with YouTube and the subscription site. So a lot of you have been so kind and joined me on there, and I hope you've got a lot from it. I intend to keep it going, but YouTube are ceasing that at the end of November, so it will no longer exist. So what I'm doing, I've got a new website being built. Hopefully early next week we might be able to get that live very, very soon, and I will inform people. But the YouTube thing won't exist after the 1st of December. So everything is going onto my site. You can see the tutorials as ever. I'm going to put everything on as normal. I'll do the live broadcast via there, everything as well. I'll also do it via Facebook as well, and the older YouTube one as well. Don't want to confuse you there. I'll put some info out when I know a bit more. So don't worry. I'm still about, and it'll be even better than before, believe you me. I've got some big plans that will extend it far beyond what it is, and I really appreciate your support. And if you've come along with me, you'll be almost family. The brushes as well, guys, I really appreciate your support on those. I've sold quite a few, and they've gone to all corners of the world and having a great time. They are taking a little while to get out sometimes because manufacturers, I have to wait for orders to come in before I order a next lot, and also the shipping distances as well. So we need to just think about how long it might take. All the orders that have gone through are on the way. Just a quick message about the tips of the brushes, and I just want to reassure you that this is what I use. So I'll just show you on screen now. So this is my Big Brian. Yeah, look at the end there. And this is a normal Big Brian. So you can just see if I put it against the white. So this is a normal Big Brian before is doctored, which doesn't, it's not quite as painful as it looks, but you can see the difference. This tip is a nightmare. The tip needs to go. So we're de-tipping these guys, and I'm having a word with the manufacturers again on that. But the tip is of no use. You want a blunt end. They work far better. So don't worry about that. What else? Let's have a quick look. Yes, I'll certainly keep you informed, guys. Don't worry. All will be on and easy to transfer over. What else have we got to tell you? Let's have a little look. I think that's about it for this week. It's just really about the brushes. All the other things I'll put on Facebook to notify you. And any questions, just send me an email. Also with the brushes, if you send me an email, I'll put it on under the tutorial, so you can just click that and it'll take you straight there. So there we go, guys. What about one little song? How's that sound? Are you in a songy type mood? I'm in a little songy type mood. So I think I may have done this one before, but I do like it. And if you're listening, Steve, get your guitar out, take it easy. Yeah, just take it easy, because I think that'll be useful. So let's get, what have we got? Got some little implements, not implements, what am I talking about? Brass section, Jenny in St. Ebenage, are you ready? Yeah. Vicky in Dallas, are you ready? Yeah. Yvonne in Whittick, can you hear me? I don't know if I can broadcast that far. Are you ready? Sarah, are you ready? Janet, are you ready? Right, good. I take it that you're ready. So let's have a little look and see where this one takes us. Just get the things up, guys. Ready to rumble. I've got my little shakers. I'm just trying to remember the rhythm. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Sarah's got tambourine, brilliant. This is your bit, Steve. Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. Oh, that wanna hold me too, wanna show me one. She's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Oh, let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Button up while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just let the sound of your own wheels take it easy. Bow, bow, bow. While I was standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down and take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say maybe, yeah. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. We may lose, we may win, but we will never be here again. So enough by crying in. Take it easy. Bow, bow, bow. While I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load, I got a world of trouble on my mind. Looking for a lover who won't blow my cover. It's so hard to find. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. Come on, baby, don't say maybe, yeah. I gotta know if your sweet love is gonna save me. There you go, guys. One little tune. So, I hope you've had a little bit of fun this week, guys. I hope we're going to be pumpkin bonkers this week. So it's good night from the fellas. So Miss Rigger, Big Brian, Flat Phil, and Dangerous Dave. So well done, guys. Great to see you all. Have fun this week. Remember, enjoy your painting. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And have a song all week as well, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.